Okay, YouTube. This is D-Rex 40 with Don Shooter's Corner. I'm coming to you from my family room. I've got a 40-yard target set out, and I'm trying something different. What I'm trying is the 36 grain Nielsen specialty ammo Slugs Dimple nose in my Air Force Escape / Condor. This rifle has an 18-inch barrel, not the 24-inch Condor barrel, and the reason that I call it the Escape / Condor is it's a Air Force Escape, but I put a Condor tank on it. So, as I said, it doesn't get the velocities that that the Condor gets because it's only an 18-inch barrel. So, with these slugs, I put a few over the crony. I'm getting about 70 foot-pounds, 71 foot-pounds. I'm slinging these 36 grain slugs at about 937, 940 feet per second average. So that's about 70, 71 foot-pounds. At any rate, I just wanted to demonstrate the accuracy that I'm getting. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm losing daylight, so I gotta make this fast. So here we go. Nielsen specialty ammo, 36 grain slugs, dimple nose, traveling at 940 feet per second, 40 yards. Give me 1 second. Setting up my side shot scope cam. And there we go. And I'm aiming for the middle right target, middle right dot. Second shot. Third shot. Fourth shot. I pulled that one. I think this is shot number 5 or 6. That is definitely sub MOA. Those dots on there outside of the flyer, those target dots are about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to make this the last shot. Ooh, pulled that one. We'll wait till the last shot to pull it. At any rate, so this clearly demonstrates the accuracy of these slugs. As I said, I'm using my Air Force Escape / Condor with an 18-inch barrel. They're traveling at about 930, I give it 930 feet per second average. The target is at 40 yards. The target dots on that paper plate out there are about 1/4 of an inch. So I got a couple, flyers, but that is definitely a sub MOA group. I'm very, very, very impressed with these slugs. I used the Dimple nose versus the hollow points. I ordered a few packs of hollow points in 36 grain and in 34.3 grain or 5 grain or something like that. I didn't get the accuracy that I'm getting with these Dimple nose. Now I know some people will be, say things something like, you're not going to get the expansion out of the Dimple nose that you would get out the hollow points. Completely understandable. What I'm looking for is ballistic coefficient. These slugs out of this Condor, I'm getting 0.13 as a ballistic coefficient. There's not a pellet on the market that will give you that kind of ballistic coefficient, period. That being said, with that big ballistic coefficient, I was able to, hit targets at 130 yards with the JSB pellets. I can stretch that out to, 200, 2 1/4 on certain game with no problem. So I'm enjoying these. I'm enjoying these slugs. It's plain and simple. So that being said, I'm not going to make this a long, drawn-out video. I'll give you guys a look at the gun, a look at the slugs, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So that's going to be it. All right, these are the slugs that I was telling you about. The Nielsen 36 grain. Oops, move my big hand out of the way. 36 grain Dimple nose, 25 caliber. You get 275 count, and these are extremely uniform projectiles. See, Dimple nose with a flat base. There's no dish or anything like that, but these seem to be, and I know that Nielsen makes a variety of ammo in different grain weights and things to that effect, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money, and I'm being serious. I didn't want to spend a ton of money, at $18 a pop, getting 100 slugs. I didn't want to go through the trouble. So what I did was I tried to match up a slug that would be comparable to the weight of the JSB pellets that I was using. And, I didn't want to alter and adjust my speed and things to that effect and my settings on my gun. So I wanted to get a weight that was comparable to the JSB slugs and figure out, if they would work. And as I said, I tried 34 grain hollow points and I tried 36 grain hollow points first. Neither one of those gave me the performance that I was looking for. So my next step was I saw these. So I got a 34 grain, which I still have, and I got 36 grain. And when I first started the venture, because the 34 grains were closer in weight to the JSBs, I started using those first, and I wasn't happy with the performance and the accuracy with the 34 grains without making adjustments. Now they work well with adjustments, but I wanted to, as I said, keep the adjustments that I had already had. So I started, using the 36 grain, and lo and behold, to my surprise, the 36 grain performed exceptionally well. So I just want to give you guys a shot of the Slugs, and as you can see, they are extremely clean, very, 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 very well made, and they're heavy. They're heavy, and they do a lot of damage. So my hat's off to Nick Nielsen. He's doing great things. So check him out if you haven't already. And that's it for this segment. So just wanted to give you guys a shot of the Slugs. Okay, YouTube. Here's that group that I just shot. Let me lock this down. All right. Here's the group that I just shot. These are the two flyers, the ones that got away from me. Okay? With the two flyers counted in, that group is 1 1/4 inches. 1 1/4 inch. So his longest point. Without these two flyers counted in, that is a 3/4 inch group from center to center. That's 3/4 of an inch. I hope this is coming through. From center to center, this way is 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. Center to center. 3/4 of an inch here. Center to center. And as I said, from here to here, the two that got away, even including those, that is 1 inch. That's not even 1/4. That's 1 1/8 inches. 1 1/8 inches, or 1 inch, 1/8. So that's the accuracy of the Nielsen Specialty Ammo 36 grain Dimple nose flat base suede slugs out of the Air Force Escape / Condor. As I said, this is an Escape air rifle, but I've put a Condor tank on it. Got a Discovery 6-24 by 50 first focal plane VT3 scope on there. If you guys aren't familiar with Discovery scopes, I'm talking to the new guys. I know there are some old heads out there that are very familiar with these scopes and the amount of scope that you get for the price. For those that are not familiar with the Discovery scopes, I suggest you enlighten yourselves. These are very, very, very high quality, very, very durable, nicely made scopes. Outside of that, just a Air Force air rifle. And as you can see, I have the power wheel turned all the way down. The same as my last video. I don't turn my power wheel up past its lowest setting. I don't need to. 937 feet per second on a 37 grain or a 36 grain slug, that's 70 foot-pounds. That is 70 foot-pounds. You know, unless I'm killing coyote or something, I have absolutely no need to turn my rifle up. It would be a waste of air. You know, the way it stands right now, I'm filling up to 2,700 PSI. I'm shooting down to, you know, about 2,100 PSI, and that's still giving me 20 shots, 15, 20 shots. So the gun is set, for my purposes, is set perfectly. Now, just because I'm slinging these slugs at 937 feet per second or 930 feet per second average, whatever you want to call it, does not mean that I can't turn that power wheel up and sling these exact same slugs at over 1,000 feet per second. But unless I have something with 4 legs and, you know, something that's bigger than a raccoon running through my backyard or running through a field or something, I don't need to turn this up. You know, these same slugs at 1,000 feet per second, what is that, 120 foot-pounds, something like that? I don't need all that right now. So this is perfect for my purposes. So I'm saying all that to say, you know, before I get a lot of comments in regards to what your Condor can do or what your Escape can do, mine can do the exact same thing. I just don't need for it to. Simple as that. With all that being said, this is a video that is geared towards the guys that are thinking about getting slugs and getting out of the, you know, the pellets and trying slugs. By all means, try it. Try it. I was reluctant too. I was getting so much accuracy and so much performance out of the 33.95 JSBs that I was using. I didn't feel the need to change. But I'm very happy that I did, because the same accuracy that I was getting out of those pellets, I'm getting the same accuracy from these slugs. And as I said, with the ballistic coefficient that I'm getting a 0.13 ballistic coefficient at 300 yards. If I wanted to shoot 300 yards, at 300 yards, I would still be getting 35, you know, 32 to 35 foot-pounds of energy. Yeah, maybe that's a little high. Maybe in the 20s. But you understand what I'm saying. I get a lot more energy at a longer distance with a slug than I do with a pellet. Now, I'm not saying that pellets don't have their place, because they most certainly do. You know, shooting in confined spaces, you don't want to be punching holes in barns and things to that effect. So in some cases, pellets, you know, pellets are best. But for my purpose, and you guys that have seen my videos know that a lot of my shots are in the, you know, between the 50 to 100 yard range, you know, 98, 85, you know, things like that. So whatever I can do to make that a more humane kill, I'm going to do. I'm going to do whatever I can do to stretch it out, you know, where I can have the confidence needed to, you know, take shots like that. I'm going to do that. And, you know, that's where getting these slugs comes into play. So that's about it, guys. I just wanted to keep you guys abreast. I haven't made a video in a long time, but this video is not representative of me trying these slugs right now for the first time. I knew what these slugs could do before I make this video, or before I made this video, because I've taken these slugs out on some field trips, so to speak, doing some hunting on various game, you know, birds and, you know, squirrels and things of that effect. So those videos will be coming soon. You guys will be able to see the devastation that I've been putting on these different animals with these slugs. And yes, they are Dimple nose, so I'm not getting that transfer of energy, you know, from the initial impact, you know, as I would with the hollow point. And I realize that, you know, a lot of the times I'm getting complete pass-throughs. But when I get these complete pass-throughs, they are passing through with amazing damage. You know, not to be graphic, but, you know, in some cases I am blowing the sides out of, you know, different animals. So, all that being said, this is Direct 40 with Don Shooter's Corner, coming to you again from my family room, giving you the wrap up on the accuracy video for the Nielsen specialty ammo. I'm not getting paid by Nielsen. This is not a paid promotion or anything like that. I just had to share it, like I do with all my videos. I'm just sharing. So, you guys have a great rest of your day. This is Direct 40 with Don Shooter's Corner. Out.